All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakateh Howard, Barakateh Howard Shai, Barakateh Howard, Barakateh Howard Shai, Barakateh Howard, Barakateh Howard Shai. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwat that are out there listening and learning as well. And with that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this lesson. Lord's willing, it'll be edifying. And as usual, I'm going to go in the Rakal Kodash. For the record, today's date is May 11th, 2020, the year of prophecy. All right. Shouldn't be too long. Got a couple videos and an article that they pretty much go hand in hand. Like I said, I wanted to bring out a couple articles. Well, one article and two videos. They all go together, and a couple scriptures. All right. First scripture that I'm going to start with though is going to be 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Verse 3 is the main point, but I'm going to start at verse 1. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1. It says, But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord, Yahushai, okay, because that's not all caps. If it said all caps, capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D, that would be Yahweh. But this is referring to Yahushai, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, okay, who is a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, okay, a so-called Negro, all right? It says, For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahushai so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape, okay? And the main reason that I wanted to start with this scripture is because as of May 11th, 2020, the year of prophecy, you can see that they're so-called starting phase one, as far as in Florida anyway. The government is going ahead with their so-called phase one of opening back up the so-called, I guess, the economy and the world, like, America's, okay? They're so-called easing the restrictions and the social distancing, and they're starting to open up certain businesses, so on and so forth, all right? And they have supposedly, a plan, okay? And they have different phases, okay? And we're in so-called phase one, okay? So that's why I kind of wanted to start with this scripture, because we know, don't get rocked to sleep, okay? Because as the scriptures say, for when they shall say peace and safety, it says of the times, it says of the times and the seasons. We clearly see what times we're in, okay? Because they're measuring the time diligently in itself. And we know that the Lord, Yahushai, our Lord, is coming back as a thief in the night when you least expect it, when we least expect it, okay? So we're supposed to keep watch, all right? Occupy, as it says, till he comes. It says for what? Because when they say peace and safety, okay, when everything seems like everything is good, okay, everything is going back to normal, all right, right? Things are going back, you're about to go get your hair did again. You can start to go socialize, have social gatherings, and so on and so forth again. Looks like everything is okay. The storm is over, right? It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay, we know Esau Edom is coming down with great wrath, because he knows he had but a short time. Everything is part of his agenda. Okay, he's crafty. He uses crafty counsel. All right, and as the elder said, he is still continuing on with his new world order, his new world agenda, which is to ultimately chip the people. Okay. Give them that charagma, the RFID microchip. Okay, the mark of the beast. All right. So anyway, with that being said, I just wanted to start with that. All right. I'll come back to this article. But what really got me going was this. I was watching the news. I was watching RT this morning, and they were going into this. All right. They were going into this, and of course, the light bulbs, the flags, as in the RT, I couldn't find the actual RT clip. It was live, so I don't know. Maybe they'll put it up later. Who knows? But the actual one of the key talking points, they were like, this should raise red flags. Okay, this whole thing going down right here. You know, the red flags should be flying, and of course, the spider senses. As the scripture said, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right, and we know he's coming down with great wrath, and he's moving. He is trying to bring forth this cashless society, this Internet of Things. All right, which I'll touch on that more as well a little bit later. But the point of the matter is, this is what got everything going. All right, so this is off of Bloomberg Quick Take, and I got another news article on it too, so you'll hear it again. But I wanted to play the actual clip. That was the actual clip from Cuomo himself. All right. So this is from May 5th, 2020, the year of prophecy. All right. This is off of Bloomberg Quick Take. It says Governor Cuomo, the governor of New York. Okay. It says Cuomo says New York to work with Gates, talking about Bill Gates. Okay. The gates of hell shall not prevail. Okay. Inside joke. All right. It says Cuomo says New York to work with Gates Foundation to reimagine education. Okay, they're reimagining education. New York, the state of New York, is going to work with so-called allegedly going to work with the Bill Gates Foundation to reimagine education, whatever that means. All right. Well, we know what that means. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We can clearly see where this thing is headed. All right. And it says New York will work with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to develop a blueprint to reimagine education in the COVID-19 era. It says New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said at his daily coronavirus news conference on Tuesday. Okay, so the governor is already, as you're gonna see, has plans, which we know they're all in cahoots. Okay, we all know they're in cahoots. The Bill Gates, the Mark Zuckerberg, they're all in cahoots, man. They're all part of the wicked elite. They're all, first of all, most of them are Amalekites, all right? And it's all one big family, all right? And they're all working together to bring forth this enterprise, all right? Which is the New World Order, all right? So it says, but anyway, let's play a little bit of, let's play the video. You can hear it for yourself, all right? And you can draw your own conclusions, all right?
When we are reopening schools, let's open a better school, and let's open a smarter education system. And I want to thank the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We'll be working with them on this project. Bill Gates is a visionary in many ways, and his ideas and thoughts on technology and education he's spoken about for years, but I think we now have a moment in history where we can actually incorporate and advance those ideas.
See? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So if you can read through them, and you can see through because the devil talks with a forked tongue. He's a deceiver. Okay? They're at a moment in time when it's perfect for them to go forward with their agenda, which is to chip the people. Okay? You see? And they're using, as we keep saying, this COVID-19 as a guise to go forward with their agenda. Okay, you see, it wasn't only just Bill Gates either. If you're paying attention, how crafty they are. This was off of RT. I couldn't find the actual news clip, like I said, but that was pretty much the point of what he said that piqued my interest. All right, so this is off of RT from May 6th, 2020, the year of prophecy. It says government by billionaires ? Cuomo names former Google CEO to join Gates and Bloomberg. See, they're using all these so-called technical internet, these, I don't know what you can call them, okay, but I don't know what you call them. So-called internet gurus, computer gurus, okay, they're bringing them into government, okay, and we already know Bill Gates said he wanted to do the global vaccination. All right, he wanted to make it global, you know, and he wanted to what else did he say? Oh, he wanted to have a digital record of who got vaccinated and who didn't. You know, he wanted to keep track of it, which we know ultimately is going to lead to the chip. Okay, ultimately all these things will lead into the Internet of Things, you being chipped. Okay, all right, the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast. Okay, and they're using this COVID-19 as a guide, as a ruse. You know, it says government by billionaires. Cuomo names former Google CEO to join Gates and Bloomberg in drafting post-pandemic reforms. So they're bringing him on the laws and the legislations. They're bringing in these computer techs and you know, they'll probably bring along the Tesla guy and all this shit, which we also know they're all puppets because they're all working for the wicked elite. Okay, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the DuPonts, the Vanderbilts. Okay, the wicked elite. All right, you see. So let's read a little bit of this. It says, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has appointed ex-Google CEO Eric Schmidt to lead a panel on post-pandemic reform of health and education systems. Despite not just education and the health, okay, they're bringing in Bill Gates, okay, to on legislation and stuff on how you're gonna govern yourself as far as education and health, man, which is ultimately going to lead to what? The chip, man. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Okay? You know? They already threw out the so-called digital wallet. They threw that term out there with the second round of stimulus packages. Okay? You can clearly see this thing is going, you know, we can clearly see where this thing is headed, man. Okay? So it says New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has appointed ex-Google CEO Eric Schmidt to lead a panel on post-pandemic reform of health and education systems, despite criticism for taking other billionaires with conflicts of interest on board. Okay, because they have an agenda. They have an agenda. You see, they're not in the they don't have the well-being of the people, of the mass people in their interest, man. Okay, their interest isn't to help the people. Their interest is to serve their masters, the wicked elite, the rulers of this place. Okay, which is to do what? Bring forth this casteist society. Okay, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We can clearly see where this thing is headed. That's why I said when they say peace and safety. Okay, all right, don't get rocked back to sleep. Okay, with this so-called opening back up of the economy. All right, you know. Okay, I'm reading it over again. 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, don't go back to sleep, man. Wait, it's high time to wake up out of sleep. You have no need that I read unto you. You can clearly see where this thing is headed, man. Okay. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahushua so cometh as a thief in the night, when you least expect it. Okay. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay, so we know ultimately for them to bring forth this caste society, this Internet of Things, they're going to have to destroy this economy, order out of chaos, problem, reaction, solution. So we can clearly see that we know we're going to come into a time of trouble as never before, Jacob's trouble. Okay, all right, don't go back to sleep, man. All right, for when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction cometh upon them. All right, birth pains, man, bit by bit. Contractions, all right? You see? All right? So it says Schmidt will head a blue ribbon commission tasked with reimagining New York's existing systems of healthcare and education. And you best believe in that imagination, all right? It's going to be that chip somewhere. Oh, that's going to be the end all be all, the chip. All right? That's how you're going to go to school, track everybody, buy, sell, you know, which I'm gonna bring out. All right, that's the key point of that. You know, everything is revolving around that chip, man. Okay, that's why they need these damn tech people, tech savvy people. Okay, you see, if I'm even saying the name right. Okay, technological gurus, so called. All right, so it says Schmidt will head a blue ribbon commission, which remember he's the ex Google CEO. All right, and we know Google is tracking us. Okay, they're tied in with Facebook, YouTube. They're all in cahoots, tracking the people. Okay, but it's not enough. Ultimately, they're going to put that RFID microchip in you. Okay, okay. So it says Schmidt will head a blue ribbon commission tasked with reimagining New York's, and it's not going to be just New York, man. Okay, it's going to be all 50 states. It's going to be global. Okay, so it's a task with reimagining New York's existing systems of healthcare and education. It says Cuomo announced on Wednesday during his daily coronavirus briefing the decision to place such power. You see, he's giving them power. He's given Bill Gates of hell power. Okay, but hey, as we say, the Bill Gates of hell shall not prevail. Okay, they're not going to accomplish their enterprise because Yahweh disappointed the devices of the crafty, man. Okay, let's go. We coming into them times, man. Shit about to get real. The hour of temptation is drawing near. Okay, it says Cuomo announced on Wednesday during his daily coronavirus briefing the decision to place such power in the hands of another unelected billionaire. See, the people didn't even elect them. You see, Cuomo's giving them that power. You see, because they don't have the interest of the people in mind. Okay, you see, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right, they're trying to bring forth this cashless society, as Aaron Russo said. The decision to place such power in the hands of another unelected billionaire has riled critics already uneasy about Slakia. The decision to place such power in the hands of another unelected billionaire has riled critics already uneasy because this kingdom is divided, as Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai said. So how can it stand? All right. It says about the governor's post-COVID-19 plans. Because, like I said, they got an agenda, man. Okay? I'm not going to read no more of this. I just wanted to let you know that it wasn't just Bill Gates. It's more. Who knows who else is in cahoots? All right? So I'm going to play this quick little video. I'm not going to make this too long, like I said. This is off of WKBW-TV, Buffalo, New York. All right? From May 5th, like I said, 2020, the year of prophecy. It says, New York State and Gates Foundation to reimagine education during COVID-19 closings. All right? So I just wanted you to hear what the news people are saying. A little further in-depth, reporting.
When we are reopening schools, let's open a better school. And let's open a smarter education system.
New York State will be looking at a new way to educate students once the COVID-19 pandemic is part of our past. Good evening, everyone. The state is reaching out to the Gates Foundation to reimagine the education system. But as Jeff Rusak tells us tonight, not everyone thinks this plan makes the grade.
School is out in New York State, but whenever class gets back in session, Governor Andrew Cuomo wants things to look different.
Let's take
as we keep saying, hey, peace and safety. Don't let them. Esau, Edom, the devil is not going to let this so-called pandemic, whether it's real or not, okay, man-made or not, ultimately they're not going to let this go to waste, man. And life as you know it, coming out of this pandemic is going to be drastically different. Why? Because they're trying to bring forth this chip, man. Okay, they're gradually doing it, man. Gradually getting all their ducks in a row. Okay. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Okay?
Makes the grade.
School is out in New York State, but whenever class gets back in session, Governor Andrew Cuomo wants things to look different.
Let's take this experience and really learn how we can do differently and better with our education system in terms of technology and virtual education.
But how different isn't exactly clear. The governor announced the state will work with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
His ideas and thoughts on technology and education he's spoken about for years, but I think we now have a moment in history where we can actually incorporate and advance those ideas.
Immediately, red flags went up.
Chris Cerrone.
It was this one. My bad. It was this one. See, red flags immediately should go up. You should be red flag. Your spider senses should be tingling. Okay.
Ideas.
Immediately, red flags went up.
Chris Cerrone is an educator and is with the New York Allies for Public Education. What made him think twice about this initiative is the fact that the Gates Foundation is getting involved with public education. A report in 2018 essentially stated that a $500 million project that used test scores to evaluate teachers didn't work. The Gates Foundation was the main source of funding for that project.
Oh no, you're going to go to somebody that really doesn't know anything about education, has a lot of money, but doesn't really know what's going on in classrooms.
The governor says they will look into using technology to break down barriers for all in public schools. Cerrone is for change, just a different change.
Are we going to invest in technology that Gates might promote, or are we going to invest in people? And I think that's the important thing to take out of this.
The New York State United Teachers president is calling for more nurses, social workers, and mental health counselors, and for smaller class sizes.
See, and ultimately, and then they were talking about, like I said, in this report about the healthcare and education. So ultimately, ultimately, it's talking about that chip, man. No, look, we're not ignorant, man. We're not ignorant. We know where this thing is headed, man. They ultimately want to track you and chip you, man. As you're gonna, I'm gonna bring out right here, okay. I'm gonna close out with that, but real quick I kept referencing the Internet of Things, okay. You know, for those of you that don't know, all right. This is off of Wikipedia. It says the Internet of Things, IoT, is a system of interrelated computing devices, mechanical and digital machines provided with unique identifiers, and that unique identifier is going to be that chip, that charagma. They're going to insert that thing inserted inside of you. Okay, that's what's going to allow you to operate for the Internet of Things, for the you know, the system to read you. You're going to need a unique identifier for you to be plugged in. You see, you know, to track you, to identify. You see what I'm saying? It says it's a system of interrelated computing devices, mechanical and digital machines provided with unique identifiers, and the ability to transfer data over a network without requiring human to human or human to computer interaction. All right, and that's what you see. The infrastructure set up with the Wi-Fi and a 5G network, so on and so forth. Okay. I'll read a little bit more. It says, the definition of the Internet of Things has evolved due to the convergence of multiple technologies. See, everything is converging into one, to just one, you know, everything is just merging, you know. So it said everything ultimately is getting put into this Internet of Things, okay? You see, your cars are getting added to it. You know, everything, every aspect of your life is being thrown into the internet. Ultimately, you're going to be thrown into the internet, you know, through the chip. You know, you see, that's going to be the end all be all. You see. So it says the definition of the Internet of Things have evolved to the convergence of multiple technologies, real-time analytics. Okay. See, that's why they need that 5G, that clean frequency to track you in real time. Okay? Real time, you see? It says machine learning, commodity sensors, and embedded systems. Traditional fields of embedded systems, wireless sensors, control systems, automation, including home and building automation, and others all contribute to enabling the Internet of Things. Okay? Your doors, your cars, everything. They're going to be able to track everything. All right? Every aspect of your life. Okay? It says in the consumer market, that's when he wants to be the Most High. That's how you think he's going to be the Most High. He wants to be like God through what? Through his technology. Okay? It says in the consumer market, IoT, Internet of Things technology is most synonymous with products pertaining to the concept of the smart home. And not only smart homes, he was talking about building smart cities, okay? You see? And what do you think he's going to have in the smart cities? So-called smart people, you know, with that chip in them, you see? It says covering devices and appliances, such as, hey, you get the idea. You get the idea. All right, so I wanted, this was another website that I found. It broke it down pretty good. This was a pretty simple, as it says, definition, okay? So I'm going to read a little bit of this, and I'll close out with a scripture and then Aaron Russo, okay? So this is from May 13th, 2014. This was years ago, all right? It says, A Simple Explanation of the Internet of Things by Jacob Morgan, okay? Salakia. It says, the Internet of Things, IoT, is becoming an increasingly growing topic of conversation both in the workplace and outside of it. It's a concept that not only has the potential to impact how we live, but also how we work. It says, but what exactly is the Internet of Things? It says, and what impact is it going to have on you, if any? It says, there are a lot of complexities around the Internet of Things, but what I want to stick to, but I want to stick to the basics. Lots of technical and policy-related conversations are being had. Like I said, with Bill Gates and Governor Cuomo, for example, you just saw. Okay, they're reimagining life after COVID-19 with, you see, as the videos was bringing out. You see, they've been planning this thing. Okay, it says there are a lot of complexities around the Internet of Things, but I want to stick to the basics. A lot of technical and policy related conversations are being had, but many people are still just trying to grasp the foundation of what the heck these conversations are about. Let's start with understanding a few things. The broadband internet is becoming more widely available. Yeah, because they need that infrastructure. Okay, it says the cost of connection is decreasing. It says more devices are being created with Wi-Fi capabilities and sensors built into them. It says technology costs are going down, and smartphone penetration is skyrocketing. All of these things are creating a perfect storm for the Internet of Things. So what is the Internet of Things? Simply put, this is the concept of basically connecting any device, okay, including people. Ultimately, they want to connect people, okay? It says, simply put, this is the concept of basically connecting any device with an on and off switch to the internet and/other to each other, okay? It says this includes everything from cell phones, coffee makers, washing machines, headphones, lamps, wearable devices, etc., 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 okay? So basically, it's a way to connect everything to the internet with an on and off switch, okay? You see? Which is ultimately talking about the charagma, the mark of the beast, okay? You see? Now do you get the idea? Now do you get it? All right, so let's read this, all right? It says Revelation 13 and 16, okay? Bring it out all the time. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, which is the charagma, the RFID microchip. That's what's going to connect you to this Internet of Things. This man's new world. That's how he wants his his society to run. Okay, through artificial intelligence. Everything connected. Smart cities, so on and so forth. Okay, so he can track everything. He can monitor everything. He can monitor all your finances, all your spending. He can monitor you as you come and go. You see, he wants to be the Most High. You see. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, the charagma, okay, the RFID microchip, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, the on and off switch. He, okay, the beast, okay, which is the rebirth of the Roman Empire, okay, the wicked elite, really, okay, Amalekites, okay, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the DuPonts, okay, the nobles, okay. That's who we're really talking. That's who's really behind it. Everybody else is really just puppets, okay? Taking orders, doing what the wicked elite tell them to do, all right? You see, but this is really their baby, all right? It says, and that no man may buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, okay? So basically, like I said, that on and off switch, that's what they want to do. They want to put everything in this Internet of Things, including you, okay? Simply put, this is the concept of basically connecting any device with an on and off switch to the internet and or to each other. Okay? You see? It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man may buy or sell save he that had the mark. Okay? So I'm going to close it out with this right here. Let's listen to Aaron Russo. Okay? It says, Aaron Russo told us years ago the plan was to chip everybody. Okay? The charagma. Okay? From Lively Locksmith. Okay? Which is an old, we've heard this over and over, but, you know, this got straight to the point. You're going to hear it out of his mouth.
And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is getting me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
Total control.
Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip. And you have nothing.
They'll just turn off your chip, okay? That's why the government, you see, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. That's why it says government by billionaires. Cuomo names former Google CEO to join Gates and Bloomberg in drafting post-pandemic reforms. Because ultimately, they're trying to bring forth that agenda, that Internet of Things, which is going to be spearheaded by the charagma, okay? They're going to just turn you off. You're not going to be able to operate in this man's society, save he that had the mark. You're not going to be able to buy or sell, work, do anything, go to school, okay, get health care, okay? You're not going to be able to do anything, okay? That's ultimately the end goal, as Aaron Russo said, all right? Again, simply put, this is the definition of the Internet of Things. Simply put, this is the concept of basically connecting any device with an on and off switch to the internet and / or to each other, okay? You see? And ultimately, they want to put you in it. They've got cell phones, your cars, everything is connected to the internet except for you, okay? You can lose your cell phone. You can turn off your cell phone. But that chip, once it's in you, you can't do nothing, all right? It's going to be transmitting information, sending and receiving information 24/7, okay? And on top of that, they could just turn it off. That gives them total control, okay? Again, I mean, I don't know. Hey, if you can't understand what's going on, I don't know what to tell you. And you have no need, as I brought out in 1 Thessalonians 5:3. No need for me to write to you unto you, okay? But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that you can clearly see what's going on, man, okay? All right? But as the elders say, the gates of hell will not prevail, okay? All right? So like I always say, keep pushing. We're close, man. We're close. Be circumspect, okay? The Lord is coming back as a thief in the night. Jacob's trouble and life as you know it, all right? It's going to change, man. When they say peace and safety, sudden destruction, okay? You see? Anyway, with that being said, Lord's willing, this video was edifying. Like I always say, keep pushing. We're close. Shalom. Wa abad babal.